So, um, number one, nothing makes me more angry than the meta algorithms, the Google algorithm, because nobody knows what it is, especially marketers. It's a black box. You dump money into it, and the strategy is nothing works. You just have to do it for multiple years. I don't like that sort of thing. It is sort of deterministic. Also, they change it. Google can just show up last year and remove 10% of your reviews, and then they show up again. To me, that is a monopoly. That is a mob boss. You are paying a VIG to them. That is a toll booth, right? Because they are, Google controls 92, 93% of search, but now we have AI and we have people starting to use ChatGPT for search. They just launched a search engine. Do you envision a time in our operational near future where Google reviews are not the only place to get reviews, and somehow a non Google way of determining the best painting company in your area is done through AI and it completely upsets the rankings?
I mean, I'm an expert of my opinion, so I have opinions about this.
That's what we're here for, man.
Yeah, so, there's people who probably could speak more authoritatively, but I can speak. So, first of all, there aren't any of my locations where we're getting any traffic from these kind of tools like in perpetuity yet. So I want to just say that first is that we see a little bit, but we're talking about like 1% or something like that. So yeah, it's just not a lot. There's a few painters I've talked to who are in like really, really tech communities where it's higher. But even for us, we're in Seattle, we're in Portland, we're in, like we're still not seeing really big percentages yet. So let me just say that first. Second thing, you guys have all done it. Go on ChatGPT and use it for home services. It's a disaster. Well, you could tell the reason it's a disaster is because of the exact way it works, which is it's looking at things like your websites across and so if you ask it like, who's the best painter in the Twin Cities? It's actually, if Nick Slavic says he's the best painter in the Twin Cities on his website, that's actually taken into account. And you could tell by the way it does its results, right? It's because it doesn't have access to Google reviews and stuff yet. So to me, like actually I would answer it the opposite of what you're thinking, Nick, which is when Gemini starts using Google reviews for its results, which it's not yet, it could be a big game changer for how people use these tools for search for home services. But you might understand something. There's a reason why Google hasn't done that yet either, is because their whole model gets turned upside down then. So this is a really interesting spot we're in right now, which is that they own the primary feedback loop in home services, right? To your point, they kind of have a monopoly on it right now because companies like Yelp kind of fumbled the bag and people don't love Yelp and they don't use it as much for home services, right? So we don't have any other tools besides those two for the most part that are like authoritatively, because things like Angie's List, again, they've gone way down as far as an authority for reviews. So Google owns most of this market in people's minds. So if they start using it, but they have to figure out is how to monetize it. And so I think for us, we're looking at this and saying, well, we don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but you sure as heck better believe that they have a lot of people down at Google that are trying to figure that out right now. And Google reviews are going to matter no matter what. And that will change it. So for us, we've been preparing for that. If you go look at Paris's reviews or something, you're going to see very detailed reviews. We're very strategic on how we're getting people to leave reviews right now. We don't want them to just say Nick Slavic is great. That's not probably going to help the algorithms, in the future. So same thing with pictures. Guess what? They could search through pictures and figure stuff out. So if you have people who are leaving you a review that are leaving you a long review, very detailed with pictures, it's going to be I have a suspicion that 2 years from now, that's going to be a gold mine for you when it comes to these kinds of tools, these large language models.